In the early 1990s, the Internet was a text-based, clunky place used mostly by scientists and academics. It was black screens, green code, and absolute confusion for the average person. Then, in 1994, a company called Netscape launched Navigator. It was the first time the Internet felt like a visual, friendly place to explore. Netscape wasn't just a product, it was an event. People went from browsing a few lines of text to clicking images, using colors, and navigating websites with ease. It effectively turned the World Wide Web into a household utility overnight. By 1995, Netscape held over 80% of the browser market share. In August 1995, Netscape went public. The IPO was a sensation. It didn't just break records, it signaled the start of the dot-com boom. The stock price skyrocketed, and for a fleeting moment, Netscape was the most important company in the tech world. Investors believed the browser would be the operating system of the future. But there was a problem. A sleeping giant was watching. Microsoft, led by Bill Gates, initially ignored the Internet, famously dismissing it as a passing fad. But by late 1995, Gates had changed his tune, sending a memo to his entire staff declaring an Internet tidal wave. Microsoft was coming for Netscape. Microsoft's strategy was aggressive, Internet Explorer. Crucially, they decided to bundle Explorer for free with every copy of Windows. Since almost every computer in the world ran Windows, Microsoft essentially forced the browser into the hands of every consumer, effectively shutting out Netscape's retail business model. Netscape had to charge for their browser, while Microsoft gave theirs away for free. It was a classic corporate predatory pricing move. Netscape couldn't compete with the sheer distribution power of Windows. They tried to innovate, adding features like email and collaboration tools, but the ground was shifting beneath their feet. The browser wars officially began. Both companies pushed updates faster and faster, trying to outdo each other in speed and compatibility. It was a race for dominance, but the rules of the game were being written by the company that already owned the operating system. By 1998, the government stepped in. The U.S. Department of Justice sued Microsoft for antitrust violations, arguing that Microsoft was using its monopoly in operating systems to crush competition in browsers. It was a massive trial that dragged on for years, painting Microsoft as the ultimate villain of the tech world. While the legal battle raged, Netscape was losing the war on the ground. In 1998, they were acquired by AOL for $4.2 billion. It was a massive payout for the founders, but the dream of an independent Netscape was officially over. The browser that defined the early web was being swallowed by a dial-up giant. In a final, desperate move before being sold, Netscape released its source code to the public. This project, known as Mozilla, was a gamble. They hoped that by letting the global community build upon their code, they could create a superior product that could finally beat Internet Explorer. The Mozilla project eventually birthed Firefox. While it never regained the massive market share Netscape once held, it proved that open-source software could be a viable alternative to corporate-owned monopolies. It changed how software was built forever. Looking back, Netscape's fall teaches us a harsh reality about the tech industry: being first is rarely enough. In a market where distribution is king, a great product can be defeated by a company that controls the platform it runs on. Netscape built the web, but Microsoft owned the house the web lived in. The lesson is clear: innovation is only half the battle. In the world of business, Your competitive advantage can be neutralized if a competitor controls the ecosystem. Netscape paved the way for the modern internet, but they were a casualty of a war they helped start.